Okay, if I can talk a little bit more about the comparison of film to digital, it's really amazing the kinds of changes taking place in photography nowadays. And when we think in terms of digital taking over film, it's really beating out film in almost every way. Let's take these two pictures here as an example. Number one, in terms of clarity, I'm basically shooting at about 20 megapixels with these pictures. And so my ability to blow the pictures up is very significant. I can, as opposed to 35 millimeter, for instance, I can blow these pictures up to quite a large poster and maintain the quality. In terms of shooting conditions, if I were trying to get the same quality in shooting position, shooting, I would have to have a very large camera to try to match the quality. Whereas in this case, I can do it with a 35 millimeter camera. In terms of light range, it's just amazing what's happening in terms of being able to shoot in the dark. And let's see if I can locate some pictures. Let me move this aside for a second. And if we look at this picture, for instance, we can see that that's at night with no added light. And it's very easy with digital to get that kind of a shot. Now, in terms of motion, if we look at these kinds of pictures, it's much more difficult to catch this kind of motion with film. And the other thing about film is, number one, you don't see the picture immediately. You don't get your feedback in terms of what worked and what didn't work immediately, unless you were shooting with Polaroid, for instance. And so with these pictures, I immediately knew I had the pictures. What's remarkable nowadays also is I can electronically, through wireless, connect a picture like this to my computer. So if I'm shooting a wedding, for instance, I get immediate feedback in terms of did the picture come out and how did the picture come out. One of the things I didn't like about shooting weddings after college and shooting with film was you didn't know how the pictures were until you had gone and gotten the pictures processed after the wedding. And one of the things that was most uncomfortable to me was the possibility that I would have to go to a bride and say either your pictures didn't come out or your pictures didn't come out well. With digital, you know exactly what's happening. And in fact, what you can do with digital at this point is you can send that picture anywhere in the world instantaneously upon taking the picture. So digital has really made the life of the photographer a lot easier. And I no longer have that horrific feeling of responsibility that lays over me while I wait for a roll of film to be processed.